So what? I don't feel like it. Vibe's not there. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about. Does it really matter? You can't just give up now. It's not like anybody's watching you. So nobody's gonna care if you quit now. If you quit now, you'd waste less time. 400 days, a video every day, showing up on YouTube every day. Man, you waste your time, you know. Man, you waste your time. If you think about this, think about that. Feelings and thoughts. Feelings and thoughts. Like, these are feelings and thoughts that will cross your mind. Not just if you're trying to do something like this that I'm trying to do right now, but it can apply to many different situations. And I was just thinking, why does our feelings and our thoughts, or should I say, why do our feelings have so much power? So much power that it can influence our every decision or every move. Why do we trust what we feel so much? And I think it's simply the obvious reason, because we feel it, because it's evidence, it's the only evidence we have to witness. It's the only thing we have to prove that this is real. Maybe there are other reasons to why we give so much power to our feelings. Um, Medical reasons. Growing up, they say if you feel this, it's that. If you feel that, it's this. So we are cultured as humans to pay attention to how we feel oftentimes. And it can be good, it can be bad, depending on what the situation is. But in my situation, which is sticking to a commitment of 400 days of showing up in order to practice being disciplined to a task, in order to build up that muscle inside of me. For me, it is, the questions are, when I don't feel like doing it, I have to keep on remembering, what is it you wanted to achieve again? Why are you doing all of this? For days like those, when the feeling is like, huh, I have to keep reminding myself, because usually my norm is, if I don't feel, I don't force it. If the vibe isn't there and I don't see an immediate gain, which is what is very popular in the world today, the generation today, if you don't see the quick turnover, if you don't see the end result, why be patient? You know what I mean? And I think it's dangerous from a Christian point of view, or someone who is trying to do what God says, someone who follows the Holy Bible, because the Bible says when we give our lives to Him, when we accept His, when we accept sonmanship, or when we accept the fact that He has adopted us, there are things that should change. Our mindset should change. And part of that mindset being changed is understanding that we are pretty much we're supposed to have the fruits of the Spirit, and a fruit of the Spirit is patience. And it's funny when I think about it now, that it's one of the most it's one of the most underutilized, or it's not recognized. It's an unsung hero in the grand scheme of things. Unsung hero. Like, it's very important, but we I fail to realize how important patience is. And what you do while you're being patient is sometimes a challenge. Like, what do I do? Because right now, I'm trying to be patient with myself, patient with my feelings, patient with this experience of knowing that is it gonna really last forever? It's not gonna last forever. You have a time set that you wanna achieve something, so stick to it. Yes, you feel a certain way, but at the end of the day, just getting up and pressing record, or just getting up and going live, what do you lose really? Don't you stand to gain more than lose? Gain more than lose? So, this is my way of encouraging someone to think from a different perspective, think in a different way when you're in that valley of decision, trying to weigh pros and cons as to if you should do something that seems simple in the moment, but in the long run, it will lead to gain, it will lead to profit. And even if it doesn't profit you the way that you want it to profit you, it will still profit somehow. Like alternatively, you know what I mean? But the goal, still remember the goal. I'm trying to practice that. Still focus on the goal, remember the goal. Aim high, aim higher than the goal, as some will say, so that if for some reason you don't meet it exactly how you'd want to, you're still you're gonna achieve a lot from it. And this situation, showing up for 400 days to gain YouTube monetization, I strongly believe every time I think about not doing this, I remember that I want to be disciplined. I want to be focused. I want to encourage somebody else. Um, that lady, that South African lady who did this for 365 days, and the amount of work she put in is nothing like what I'm doing now. She had backdrops and all the fancy stuff, but she did it. And she stands as a testimony to what I'm doing now. She stands as someone who I can look to and say, if she can do it with a husband, children, giving birth, all these responsibilities, why can't I? Why can't I? What is stopping me? I have little to no, I have none of those things. Husband and children and all of that. I don't have so many things to consider, but yet I am making it a challenge to get up and do this. Come on. Come on. I am the one stopping and holding back myself. But why? But why? So, even though this is, I think it's like 7 years ago she did this, I still remember it. It still stands out in my mind. So let it be 7 or 10 years from now, this that I'm doing is gonna stand out, or even longer, it's gonna stand out in somebody's mind, and they're gonna be encouraged. Hey, rethink that situation, rethink that feeling. You have power over how you feel in this situation, and you have power to make a decision. Don't forget that, despite how you feel. So I can't believe I've been on here for 8 minutes and I didn't know how this was gonna turn out or what am I gonna do, but here am I. So thank you for watching, thank you for the subscription, and be encouraged. Toodaloo.